Hello Vamps, welcome back to A Vampire's Melody. I'm MJ, and today we're going to be talking about Xaden and Violet's Promise in Onyx Storm, and a song I composed just for it. Let's get started. So, I have officially finished Onyx Storm, and as you can tell, I'm pretty excited about it. There's a lot of questions that I have and a lot of conversations I want to have with you guys about this book, but specifically as a songwriter, I got inspired by a lot of things in this book. Their relationship is something that makes me want to write about. I know it's fantasy and I know it's obviously fiction, but there's a lot of things in the book that I think are achievable in a way. There's something that's like the yearning and all that stuff that I think a lot of people nowadays talk about as if it was something that was dead, something that we cannot have nowadays. Though I do think that it is something that maybe not everyone can do or everyone can feel, I do think that it is still out there. And I think having these role models, I know also it gets called out a lot, that people that read a lot of fantasy books have this idea of something that can never happen. You know, it's you see that all the time on social media, like, wow, like the girls that read this have unachievable standards and blah blah blah, right? And though of course there are extremes, you know, no mere mortal can have wings, I think there's a lot of concepts that can still be acquired, right? Obviously not in any extreme case, like here it's life or death, but I think the core values in it is something that is inspiring to write about, because if you know about the book, you will understand, and if you don't, it's still good feelings to have for somebody, right? So going back to the book, in Onyx Storm, it's not going to be like a spoiler per se, like I'm not going to give exact things, but there will be a couple of topics that we're going to touch in this video where you might kind of, you know, get spoiled. Anyways, let's get started. In the last video, I talked a lot about the enemies to lovers that it started as, right? Being this the third book, there is obviously nothing left of enemies to lovers. But there is one specific thing of enemies to lovers, that's why I was telling you guys not to call me out last time, that has kind of still prolonged until now, which is that when you come from enemies to lovers, it means that this other person sees all your flaws and everything wrong with you and still loves you for it. Not in spite of, but for it. You know, it's that acceptance of, you know, who they are and what they've done and who they've been and who they are and what they might become, right? And I think it's this whole acceptance, which I think is the foundation of a good love story. I think it's that you don't have to be afraid of hiding yourself. I think that's why I also, maybe if you search deep in there as to why I might like this trope, it's probably that. It's that acceptance of fully loving someone no matter what. Not the like fixation or the idealization of somebody. If you love someone, it is a choice. It's something you choose daily, but it also doesn't just mean loving all the good parts. Anybody can love all the good parts. So a lot of the thing with enemies to lovers is that they know all the bad things and they still love you and you still love them. So with having said this, again, a lot of people have feared Xaden. They think he's done a lot of things, or he has done a lot of things, because, again, spoiler, Xaden, out of necessity, out of love, drew more power than he should have, meaning he drew from the earth, which is how you become Venin, right? Or you start the transition of becoming Venin. The more you take from the earth, the more it kind of takes you. So, because of this, he no longer trusts himself with Violet specifically, which is the person that he loves the most, right? I think in his perspective, pulling away and staying away from her is a way of caring for her. It's a way of keeping her safe, making sure that he doesn't harm her, because he could never forgive himself for doing that. And that's a continuous subject throughout the whole book. And from the other side, we have Violet that is all accepting, and sometimes in her inner monologue, she might show that she's a little bit more afraid of him becoming, but not afraid of him, right? And she loves all of him, and she can recognize who he is, and she always has. When other people have feared him, she stands by him no matter what. I choose you. I choose whatever risk this brings. I see every part of you, Xaden. The good, the bad, the unforgivable. That's what you promised, and that's what I want. All of you. I can handle myself, even against you if I have to. So that's basically the concept of my song. They made this promise that the only person that could really ever know if he is still in there is Violet. And that if something went wrong, she would sound the alarm, basically, right? And it's this feeling of, you know me so well and I trust you with my life, that I will no longer be able to recognize if I'm here, if I'm me, if I've gone too far. But you can. And for her, it's that love that, apart from what she wants, because she will believe that he's there all the time, but she can also be realistic. And she's doing it out of love to comfort him in saying that she will do it for him. It's when you love somebody and you're willing to do anything for them. And sometimes it's not exactly what you want to do, but it's what you have to do. I want to lose myself in you, and I can't. You're the only person in the world with the power to strip me of every ounce of my control, and the only person I can't fathom losing that control with. He lifts his head, and yet here I am, unable to keep 3 fucking feet away from you. So, in these cases, he was really able to restrain himself a lot. And I'm not gonna go too much into the ending of the book in this video, because it will be definitely more spoilers. But I do want to talk about it. I want to know your theories and all these things that I've been hearing as well. But I think that is what inspired me. This song is going to be from the perspective of Violet, talking to him and telling him that she can still see him in there, to trust himself, to let his guard down, to feel safe in the moment that she will tell him. But for now, he's almost 100% here. Just having that mutual trust that they are each other's anchors. Here, in the next couple clips, are going to be a couple of quotes that I got from the book that kind of inspired me and further proved my point of what I was thinking with this whole concept for the song. So, let's begin. I think I started falling for you that night in the tree when I watched you with the marked ones, but I began tumbling the day you gave me Terran's saddle. You'll give me some self-serving excuse, but the truth is, you're kinder than what you want people to know. Maybe even kinder than you know. Next. Don't barter away, I beg as he stares at the sea, and the words spill out of me faster and faster as his eyes harden and he resurrects the defenses it took me a year to break past. The pain, the mess, give it to me. I'll hold it. I know that sounds ludicrous, but I'll find a way. I lasered fingers. I will hold everything you don't want to feel because I love every part of you. You already hold my soul, and now you want my pain? Getting greedy, Violence. He brings my hand to his mouth, and he brushes a kiss over my knuckles before letting go. These are only a couple of quotes from the whole book that encapsulate that feeling that I'm telling you guys. That unconditional love. That's the right word. It's unconditional. It's knowing everything and willingly still being there. So, because of this, I wrote a song. I'm only gonna point out a couple of the lyrics, not the whole thing. And I hope you guys like it. And as I always say, if you like this one, maybe this one can come out first. But there's a little interesting little Easter egg between these two songs. The last song in the other video, which you guys should watch if you haven't, is called Can You? And in this song, we say I can. But it's I can see you. It's a little bit of that response to the other song, from what it started as to what it's become, and I think it's just right. It's not too specific. It's not like a literal storytelling song, otherwise it kind of takes away from making it your own. So the song starts with, you think your darkness is a warning, but it's the map that brought me home. Every broken whimper you whisper feels like something I've always known. One of my favorite lyrics is, You haven't lost yourself yet. I can see you. Obviously, there's more to the song, but you have to just wait maybe 20 more seconds to hear it. But I hope you guys enjoy. There are a lot of things I still want to talk about, specifically from this book. There's a lot of questions, a lot of theories, a lot of information that we've been semi-given or told. And I think it will be fun to have this conversation with you guys. So if there is anything that you guys want to talk about from that book, leave it in the comments and we can talk about it. We can dig into it for the next video. So what did you guys think of Xaden's decision at the end of the book?
You think your darkness is a warning, but it's the map that brought me home. You hide your scars like secrets, shadows stitched beneath your bones. Every broken whisper you whispered feels like something I've always known. Can you keep it in, push it down, look at me, hold on, take a breath. Haven't lost yourself yet, I can see you. Haven't lost yourself yet. Haven't lost yourself yet.
Okay, Skansen, and I'll see you on the next one.